it's Kelly. So today I'm going to be talking about books that I will never read. For one reason or another, I will not be picking up these books because I really have no interest or desire in reading them. Now, while I will admit that these could be some people's favorite books, I personally do not have an interest to read them, and I think that's perfectly okay. Keep in mind that the reasons I have for not reading these books are my own opinion, and feel free to disagree. However, I'm just not gonna read these books, so let's get started. The first book that I will never read is Twilight by Stephanie Meyers. Now, I just really don't have an interest in reading Twilight because I don't like vampires, and I feel like when Twilight came out, it was very hyped, and so many people loved this book. So many people still do love this book. It's one of my mom's favorite books. However, like I said before, I don't really have the desire to pick this book up and read about angsty vampires and stuff like that. The next book I will never read is Girl Online, the Girl Online series by Zoe Sugg, and mainly because I haven't heard the writing was very good. I know I shouldn't be basing my opinions off of someone else's. Like I said before, I don't want to spend my time buying a book or just checking it out from the library or something like that to find out that I don't like a book. So, while I don't always agree that you should trust reviews, I think they're a decent source. This is a whole other tangent, but in the gist of it, I don't know really how I feel about YouTubers writing books, and I understand that we shouldn't judge them by their presence on the internet. However, I can't help but do that, and I can't help but link like their presence on the internet to the books that they're writing, and so it just doesn't appeal to me, and I don't want to read it. Next on my list is a series, and that is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. I just don't have a desire. I just don't want to read this series. I don't want to. It has vampires in it. I just don't like vampires on all platforms. I will not be reading Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, although I do know so many people love it. It's long too. There's like 10 books in the series plus the spin-off series. I don't have time for that. Next is also, I think, a series or a trilogy or something like that, and that is Beautiful Creatures by Kami Garcia. I've seen the movie and it looks good, so I'm assuming if the movie was good, in my opinion, then the book must be even better, right? But I don't have time to commit myself to another series or trilogy or whatever because I have started so many series that I just haven't finished, so I don't want this to be another one of them. The next book is The Siren by Kiera Cass. I have a love-hate relationship with Kiera Cass's writing. On one hand, I did enjoy reading the Selection series. The characters and sometimes her writing style, they're fun, but they don't really provide a lot of substance. And I don't want to insult anyone if Kiera Cass is your favorite writer. That is totally okay, but this is my personal opinion. As I continue to read the Selection series, I've noticed that there are so many, like for me, there were so many plot holes, and there were so many things that just weren't really resolved that I couldn't bring myself to love it as much as I know some people did. So that's why I have some apprehensions about reading The Siren by Kiera Cass, because I'm afraid I will run into similar problems, and once again, I don't want to spend my money and my time reading a book that could end up just being a disappointment. The next book on my list is 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. I know people enjoy this book, I know it's a big thing, whatever, but once again, it doesn't appeal to me. My mom read it, my mom loved it, but I will never read it, and I know I won't love it. Next on my list is also a series, I believe, and that is the Luck series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I don't really know what this is about. It's about like aliens or something. I know it was definitely hyped on BookTube like a couple years ago, a year or two ago. I've also heard that the love interest is one of those like moody bad boys kind of thing, and him and the main protagonist have this love-hate relationship. Aliens aren't my forte. I don't really like kind of sci-fi books, and I don't want to read this. I'm never gonna read it. And the last book I have on my list of books that I will never read is the After series by Anna Todd. I can like low-key rant about this for a long time. I kind of have a lot of problems with this series. The author, Anna Todd, is called Imaginator 1D on Wattpad, and she used to be a fan fiction writer, and that is the origin of the After series. It is a fanfic about Harry Styles. And let me tell you, before this book got published, your girl read After. I didn't read all of After because it was just way too much for me, but I read a good amount to know what it's about, and basically this After series that's published is the fanfic of Harry with the names changed. Like, Harry is now Hardin. So I just have so many problems with this book. And like, Zane is called Zed, I'm pretty sure. This was like the big to-do back in the day when it first got published and when I first got word of it being published. The main thing against this book that I have is the fact that it was a fan fiction, and I know 50 Shades of Grey was fan fiction as well, but it's just really weird to think that I have read the original context of this book when it was actually a fan fiction, and when Hardin was not Hardin, but Hardin was Harry. So I just can't read this. I can't, no. But those are all the books that I will never read. I always want to keep an open mind towards books. I never want to close myself off of reading a particular book because I've heard something about them, but just these books in general, I have heard a lot of things about them and I'm not so inclined to read them because life's too short to read books that you won't enjoy. So spend it reading a book you enjoy. It's okay if you guys love these books. I totally understand. It is your own personal opinion. This is my own personal opinion. Let's just all be friends here. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in my next video. Bye!